So look at Anthony Ryder from South Lyon, Michigan, recently selected as the Lions 2020 Fan of the Year. He has a passion about sports broadcasting.
With the 112th selection in the 2021 NFL Draft, the Detroit Lions select Amon-Ra St. Brown, wide receiver, USC. One pride, baby! Yeah!
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Detroit Lions video. Now, the Detroit Lions are in full swing of the offseason. They are in mini camp. Right now. They are making hires outside of the organization. There are news and rumors flying all around about the Detroit Lions, and today we are going to talk about each and every one of them. Everything from the new hires to the players complimenting the newest offensive coordinator, rumors about a potential trade candidate, and of course, standout players from this week's minicamp. So with all that being said and all the intro stuff out of the way, if you have not subscribed yet to the channel, please do so. We just passed 2,000 subscribers and the subscription would be a huge help. But with all that being said, let's get straight on into the newest batch of Lions news and rumors. Now, first things first, we are going to start off with the Detroit Lions' newest hire. That being USC's Director of Football Administration's Brian Sosna. Brian Sosna, as I mentioned, has been a longtime member of the USC Trojans, and before that, he was a member of the Cincinnati Bearcats program, both of which he left in a better state when he was leaving than when he found them. Now, personally, I do not know enough about this hire. I don't even know essentially what the exact job description of Brian Sosna is going to be. However, we do have a little bit of information, and we obviously have the past to look back on and see what he does well for organizations and why he continues to leave programs in a better spot than when he joined the team, right? He is somebody that was influential in the hirings of Luke Fickell at Cincinnati. Luke Fickell, of course, just won the AP Head Coach of the Year and took the Cincinnati Bearcats, a group of 5 team, to the college football playoff for the first time in its history. And then he was also a big inspiration in Lincoln Riley leaving Oklahoma to come play for the USC Trojans, or to come coach for the USC Trojans, I should say. He is somebody that very clearly understands what great coaches look like. He's very clearly somebody that is very good at identifying coaching talent and identifying talent in general to bring into a program or into a front office. And although I don't know the exact identity, I don't know the exact job description that they hired him to do, I do know that he is a good football mind. I do know, and I can see very clearly he is good at identifying talent, he is good at identifying coaches, and I think he is a good addition to this Detroit Lions team. If nothing else, he is another voice of reason in the front office, and if nothing else, he is just another person and another opinion in the building that has proven that he knows what it takes in order to bring in good coaching and good talent into a program and organization. Now, the Detroit Lions made another new hire not that long ago in new offensive coordinator Ben Johnson. He was promoted from the pass game coordinator and tight ends coach to the active offensive coordinator in this system. And so far throughout training camp, throughout mini camp, throughout OTAs, etc., there has not been a single coach to receive more praise this offseason than Ben Johnson of the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator. Ben Johnson has had just a few weeks to really install his system, a few weeks to get these players caught up and to get these players comfortable with the system and the scheme they will be running in 2022. I would be extremely doubtful if he or any of the players have actually gotten to the complex stuff of the system. I would assume at this point they are just working out, the logistics, right? The basic stuff before they get into the trick plays, before they get into the motions, before they get into any of that kind of stuff. And granted, they still have tons of time to do so, but even in the early stages of implementing this new offensive philosophy and this new offensive system, players are already raving about the offensive mind that is Ben Johnson, calling him the next whiz kid, calling him the next great mind of football, and praising the offensive head coach before he's even called a snap in as the offensive coordinator, right? And it's not just like the backups. It's not just, the media necessarily hyping up this new head coach. It's the players themselves, players that weren't actively open about how good the system was a season ago, players that didn't come out last year and say, this is great, this offense is going to be so explosive, this offense is going to be amazing, right? That didn't happen a season ago. So it's not just these players hyping up their new coach. These are players that genuinely believe what they are telling the media and what they are telling the fans when they say that this offense is going to be explosive, when they say that this offense is new, it's improved, it's far better, and it's way more explosive than what we had a season ago. And it's not just one player. Nearly every single player on the offensive side of the ball so far has said how good and how much they enjoy working under Ben Johnson and how much they think this new system is going to improve the Lions offense. Guys like Khalifa Raymond, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jonah Jackson, Frank Ragnow, Jared Goff, Josh Reynolds have all actively come out on their own time and in individual segments and said, this offense is better. This offense is more explosive. This system is better. It helps us get open. It helps, Jared Goff has said, okay, it helps me read the defense better, right? It's going to be more beneficial for me as the quarterback. Him and Jared Goff have gone back and seen different schemes from the Rams that they're pulling together. Ben Johnson admittedly has not coached a snap of football yet as an offensive coordinator in the NFL, but he is already getting massive praise from players, coaches, and the media for what he has shown in OTAs. And I'm very, very excited to see what the Lions may have got with their newest coordinator at the position. Now, getting on to some standout players at minicamp, right? We did this a few days ago talking about minicamp, but we have had a few days since, and we have a few more standout players. The first of which is David Blau, who was the third string quarterback a season ago, but after a very impressive OTA and very impressive days at minicamp so far, he has actually overtaken Tim Boyle for the quarterback 2 position. He continues to impress, continues to improve, and continues to just drive an incredibly smooth offense number 2 up and down the football field, putting up points, putting up good reps in high pressure situations, and not turning the football over, right? We talked about Tim Boyle turning the football over, underthrowing passes, overthrowing passes throughout OTAs and training camp so far. Tim Boyle hasn't been doing that. He's been accurate, he's been pinpoint, he's been driving the offense extremely efficiently, and even in the highest of high pressure situations, David Blau has continued to step up to the plate, and that has granted him being the QB2 currently on the depth chart and taking snaps with the second team offense opposed to the third team offense. Chris Board, the free agent linebacker from the Baltimore Ravens, who was expected to come in and be the Jalen Reeves-Maybin replacement, the special teams ace, and the potential role-playing linebacker, continues to take snaps with the first team defense. He continues to be one of the starting 3 linebackers in said defense, and he continues to make plays, right? He continues to splash, he continues to flash different highlights, and he is a player that is catching a lot of coaches' eyes and is a player that is getting caught by the media quite a few times, flashing some great plays on the defensive side of the ball. He continues to work with the first team after 4 days of minicamp. It doesn't seem like anything's going to change anytime soon for Chris Board. John Kaminsky, the waiver wire pickup from about a week ago, who a quarter of the NFL was interested in, has also arrived in Detroit and has started participating in minicamp. He is somebody that continues to put up sacks. He is somebody that continues to impress coaches with his effort and just the style of play that he has. It is somebody that Brad Holmes spent a huge waiver wire pickup in order to acquire, and John Kaminsky has come in and already flashed several times pass rush ability and the ability to get to the quarterback. Will Harris continues to take first team reps with the cornerbacks, and he continues to play alongside Amani Oruwariye in first team drills and first team scrimmages. Shane Zylstra continues to have a very good training camp, as he has actually had a touchdown in every single day of camp so far, the most recent of which came on a big time touchdown throw from Jared Goff and the first team offense in a high pressure situation after just 3 plays. And then Kirby Joseph is another player, another another rookie that continues to shine, nearly coming away with his second big scrimmage interception against Tim Boyle. Made a diving attempt, left his feet and, stretched out as far as he could, got his hands on the football, but when it hit the ground, it fell incomplete. He was very close to making a diving interception yet again in training camp, but wasn't able to complete the catch. He continues to show off range and instincts, Lions defense, and is somebody that is very, very exciting to keep an eye on for the future. Now, not everybody is improving at training camp. Some players do have their stocks falling, the first of which is a quarterback we've alluded to in Tim Boyle. Tim Boyle very nearly threw another bad overthrown interception to Kirby Joseph, again the one that wasn't quite able to be caught. And if you overthrow the safety that is over top of the wide receiver, that has to be a pretty bad overthrow. He's thrown interceptions, he has just not been consistent, and that is a big reason as to why he is falling down the depth chart. And then Austin Bryant, especially with the addition of John Kaminsky, is continuing to fall as well. Not playing, not being healthy enough to participate in training camp, and with all the additions and all the depth they've added at the edge position, Austin Bryant very well may end up not making the active roster for the Detroit Lions when it's all said and done. Now, getting on to the big rumor of today's video. This is a rumor that has kind of been up and down, right? Sometimes it's really popular and other times it kind of dies off and kind of goes away. And that would be the rumor about the Detroit Lions potentially making a move for Lamar Jackson. It is common knowledge that the Baltimore Ravens are yet to sign their superstar quarterback to a long-term contract and a long-term deal. Lamar Jackson is a proven winner in the NFL, and when healthy is one of the most dynamic weapons in the NFL. And with the Detroit Lions taking a very similar approach to Denver and Cleveland have put together before trading for their superstar quarterbacks, essentially building up the roster, building up the defense, building up the weapons and the offensive system around them, and then plugging in your superstar quarterback as the last puzzle piece. That is the very same system the Detroit Lions are trying to replicate. And with that being the case, the big superstar quarterback that is rumored to be on the market, especially for next offseason, is Lamar Jackson. Now, this is not a rumor that I want to go heavily in on, because at the end of the day, I think it is a long shot that this ends up happening. If it ends up happening, I'm sure we will talk about this later, and I'm sure we will talk about this extensively come next offseason. But just to touch on it very quickly, I think it does make sense for both the Lions and Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson, I think, would go to a better system, right, with better offensive line play, with better weapons all around, still a top tight end in TJ Hawkinson, and a young and improving defense with essentially, like we mentioned earlier, the next whiz kid at the offensive coordinator position. I think if the Lions go 7-10 this year, I think if their offense improves, if their weapons show out, if Jared Goff is the clear reason and the clear thing holding the Detroit Lions back, I could see them making a huge move for a superstar quarterback. But for right now, I think it's just a little bit too early to tell for the Detroit Lions. And if anything, I think this is more of a next season debate than it is for this offseason. But with all that being said, that is life for you guys today. Those are the newest news and rumors around the Detroit Lions. Standout players, new hires, and of course, the trade rumor for Lamar Jackson. Let me know down in the comments below what you think about all of it. Let me know what players you're most excited to see. What standout player are you most excited to see on this list? How do you feel about the new hire? And what would you think about a potential trade for Lamar Jackson? I'd be very curious to you guys think. But with all of that being said, that is life for you guys today. Thank you all so very much for watching, and until next time, and as always, go Lions.